and welcome. I am Ibrahim Abdusalam and I am a petroleum geoscientist by practice as well as by qualification. Today we'll be talking about an interesting topic which is very important to you too, and that is on energy resources. Right, as a petroleum geoscientist, you should know that petroleum or fossil fuels are not the only energy resource or sources that we have. Others do exist, and we as geoscientists are equally involved in the exploration and also exploitation of some of these natural resources or energy resources, as the case may be. Right, quickly getting to it, we have the primary source of energy and we have the secondary sources of energy. The primary source of energy is the sun. We wake up in the morning, we have the sun to illuminate our world. The sun helps us dry our clothes, our food, provides heating for us, and it does a whole lot of things for us for free. So it is the primary source of energy. And we have the secondary sources of energy, and this is a variety of energy resources that we have, from biomass to nuclear to geothermal, and the list goes on and on and on. Similarly, we have what we call the renewable energy resources and the non-renewable energy resources. Renewable means that these resources are infinite, or they are inexhaustible, or in layman terms, they cannot finish, right? While the non-renewable means the opposite, meaning that they are exhaustible, they are finite, or in layman languages, they can finish. A common example of the renewable energy is solar, for instance. While for non-renewable, a common example is fossil fuel, including coal, oil and gas, and even nuclear energy too. It's finite. Right, so next up we'll be talking about some of these renewable and non-renewable energies, and I'll be sharing some important facts about these resources. So we'll start from the renewable ones, and at number one we have solar energy, and this is just energy that is harnessed from the sun, typically for conversion to electrical energy, right? It doesn't typically have a downside, but in recent times the conversion of this energy resource to electrical energy has proved to be very slow and, in quotes, expensive, right? Next up we have wind power, and this is energy that is harnessed from wind, right? So wind turbines are spinned, and in turn this generates electricity. We have hydropower energy. This is energy that is harnessed from flowing rivers or water bodies. How many people have noticed that when a pool of water drops from height, it actually spins? So that spin that occurs when the water drops is harnessed to spin turbines, and in turn generates electricity. We have geothermal energy, and this is hot water or steam that is stored in subsurface formations, and this energy resource can be used also for generating electricity. This steam is piped to turbines to spin turbines, and these turbines can generate electricity and power households and industry. Equally, it can be used for heating purposes. Maybe not common in this part of the world, but in very polar regions, geothermal resources are used to serve as heating purposes, so that people can bear the effect of this cold that these people have within their region. Equally, we have what we call OTEC, ocean thermal energy conversion, and this is energy that is harnessed from ocean currents, right? So the currents from the ocean spins underwater turbines, and these turbines in turn generate electricity, and equally there is a byproduct that is generated from this in desalinated water. so water is desalinated and provides potable water for people to drink. This is very, very common in arid or the Middle East, where harnessing water may be a big deal, so they use this as a byproduct and they have potable water to drink. Another example is hydrogen power, and this is energy that is harnessed from reacting hydrogen with oxygen to generate electricity and also generate water as a byproduct too. So moving on to non-renewables, typically two examples I would be giving. We have the fossil fuels and we have the nuclear energy. So fossil fuel is non-renewable, and this is something we are pretty much familiar with. But one downside about fossil fuel is that it emits a whole lot of carbon, and this is something that the world is currently frowning at, and we're trying to reduce carbon emission to net zero within the nearest future. But it will also interest you to know that just about 50 to 40% of a barrel is actually used for energy purposes. The other 50 to 60% of these barrels are used for petrochemicals, including fertilizers, pharmaceuticals, drugs, ointments and things like that. Right. Moving on to nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is energy that is harnessed through nuclear fission reaction, typically. But the world equally frowns at it due to past accidents that have happened due to nuclear reactors or nuclear power plants. A common example is the Chernobyl. They are very, very hazardous to the environment. However, they do not emit carbon. So that's one good side of it. Finally, I would like to wrap up by saying that the key to energy sustainability and stability is actually applying all of these energy resources as a mix and using them simultaneously in areas where they are present. Thank you so much for listening, and bye bye.